Yo, 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 what up, what up? Check out my fucking fruit haul from this morning. What I have on this table. Locally grown Snapdragon apples. Locally grown Honeycrisp apples. And locally grown seeded grapes. I am so excited about this. So let me tell you how this happened. You know, since I've been on my fruitarian journey, which has been about 4 or 5 years or so, like I've heard people say throughout my journey, you should only eat fruits that are in season. Like people will stress the importance of eating fruits in season, but never explain why. And so I never understood what that meant. I thought in season meant you're able to get it. So it's like, how is a fruit not in season? Like, how are grapes out of season? I just finished eating grapes. You know, how are apples out of season? I just finished eating apples. And so this morning, I learned a little bit more about why it's important to eat fruits in season. The reason why fruits are available all year round is because when they're picked, they're stored in coolers. And these fruits are just held on deck, in reserve, on call. And when a store needs them, they put in a call and they go get the fruit out the cooler and then they ship it. Apples can be stored for up to 14 months. I read that this morning. I just didn't like that. Like that just didn't sit well with me. And so that started me off on a journey this morning. I went to a couple farmers markets. The first farmers market I went to is the one I get all my watermelon from. And I was talking to a guy in there that was running a place and asking him these questions about their fruit and where they come from. And, you know, I was telling him about what I learned this morning about apples being stored for up to 14 months before they hit supermarket shelves. And I'm trying to find out, is this how your fruits get here too? And he really didn't know too much, but what he did was he told me that when they're low on fruit, they get fruits from this other farmer's market, which is a larger farmer's market. And so I left there and went to this bigger farmer's market. And it was there. Soon as I walked in the door, locally grown seeded grapes. And then I walked a little further, locally grown, fresh from the orchard apples. And I was so excited. As you see, I loaded my cart up because for the first time, I'm realizing I have never had a fresh apple. I have never had fresh grapes. I've never had grapes fresh from the vine. These grapes are fresh from the vine to the market, to my cart, to my house, to my mouth. These apples are straight from the tree to the market, to my cart, to my house, and soon to be in my mouth. Like, that's shocking to me. Like all these years, like 4 or 5 years, I've been eating fruits, an abundance of fruits. One year I ate nothing but fruit. Earlier this year, I ate nothing but watermelon for 160 days. I have had freshly grown watermelon because there's a farm here that I was getting my watermelon from at the end of my journey. But apples, grapes, never. So, you know, I talked to the manager there. After I put some things in my cart, I asked to see a manager. The manager came out and asking him questions about their fruit. And then I mentioned about the apples. And he said, oh, that's just how everybody do it. I still feel like there's more to the process. Either way, it didn't sit right with me. And I will choose locally grown any day. It's a no-brainer for me. Now, that's not to say, you know, like when fruits are out of season, they'll just be out of season. And I'm in Ohio. So we got winter coming up. We got snow coming up. You know, the shit isn't going to be available. So I'm going to have to get fruits out of season. You know, when it comes to that, then that's what it'll be. Because what's the alternative? Like, what else am I going to, I ain't going to fucking eat no dead animal. I ain't going back to eating the processed bullshit. I'm not going back to the chemicals and the toxins and the poisons. So fruit out of season is still the best option out of everything else you can eat. Hands down.